Hey guys, welcome to my first patching video. In this video I'm just going to show you the basics of patching. So the first, really fundamental basic idea is that you have to connect up this spool to this tie-off. And you do that by dragging pieces around the board and rotating them. Now I drag them by just dragging on my mouse, and I rotate them with my mouse wheel. If you look at the help for the game, you can see any sort of keyboard alternatives to that. Now, as you've just seen, there's also a timer. So this slowly fills up, or if you're at a higher level, it might be a bit faster. And as soon as that's gone up, then this spool starts going along up until the end. However, if you don't have it connected or tied off to something, then as we'll see in a moment, the board will sort of get ripped and you just have to start again. And I've got to tell you, this is really damaging to your score. You really do not want this to happen. It is like booching a board in sales or something like that. It just completely and utterly trashes it. So we'll just see the animation for that in a moment. And there we go. As you can see, that gave me absolutely no score at all. And if you want to make it go a bit faster, you can click on the spool and off it goes. Now I'm just going to do a few quick ones so that I can get some extra pieces to show you how the rest of the mechanics work. Okay, so when you get to the bigger boards, then one of the things that will happen is you'll get these grommet pieces. Now what these do is they serve as sort of the end of the line. So it ties off a path so that it doesn't get ripped by the wind. Because if you've got three connections, then they've got to get tied off basically. So if I click on the spool, then off you go, same as before. Now what you can also do is you can unravel these grommets. So if I put these grommets here, if I click on this spool, then these will get unravelled. As you can see, they just get replaced with straight pieces. As I'll explain later on, this can be very useful. Of course, if you've got lots of different connections and you start trying to use this technique, so if I put a bunch of grommets on the end of here, you'll see in a moment, that just doesn't look like a very nice board. So be aware that it's not just sort of one grommet, it's every grommet along the path. Now the other thing to be aware of grommets is that they're very much like combos in normal puzzles. So this is where a lot of your score comes in, which I'll go into in sort of later videos. So you see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 grommets, and you should see a bingo message. There we go. So that's the basics of the puzzle. We've gone through what the basic aims of it are, how the wind gusts work, how the grommets work, how unravelling the grommets work. The only thing that we've not been through are these blocker pieces. So just to finish off, these blocker pieces, you can't move them, you can't go through them. In the earlier stages they'll act as a way of making your board a bit smaller, just to make it easier and simpler for you. As you start to go to the higher levels, then they'll start appearing randomly around your board just to make it a bit different. And that's it. That's the basic puzzle mechanics. And we'll go on in the next video. I'll just explain how the scoring works a bit more and what you're aiming to really do in this puzzle.